The gentlewoman from New Jersey, Ms. Watson Coleman, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, and thank you to the witnesses for appearing before us today. Secretary Mayorkas, I wanted to ask you a question about Coast Guard operations. Our country faces many pressing threats across the domestic and international landscape, several of which we've discussed here today, obviously. However, we must not lose track of threats we face over the long term, such as increased aggression by China and Russia within international waters. China is aggressively pursuing increased influence across the Indo-Pacific, and a Coast Guard cutter recently found Chinese-Russian ships carrying out joint maneuvers in the Arctic, less than 100 miles off of Alaska. Mr. Secretary, how important to the U.S. interests are the Coast Guard's efforts to counter Chinese aggression in the Indo-Pacific and maintain a rule-based maritime order? And likewise, how critical are the Coast Guard's plans to build and acquire new icebreakers to enable increased maritime presence in the Arctic?
Congresswoman, thank you very much. It is vitally important that our United States Coast Guard be fully resourced to address what we all today have described, and accurately so, as an only increasing threat from China and other adverse nation states. I was actually in Singapore and Japan several weeks ago to speak about the need to enhance our security partnerships, and one of the main lines of effort in my bilateral discussions was, in fact, increased cooperation with our United States Coast Guard to address the increasing threat in the Indo-Pacific region. Of course, the United States Coast Guard also has an Arctic strategy that it is executing, and that Arctic strategy includes increasing its aging fleet and replacing some of its most aged vessels. And so we look forward to Congress's support for that necessary funding.
Are there any other resources that we should be considering to support you in that endeavor?
Congresswoman, we of course have presented our fiscal year 2023 budget, which includes much needed resourcing of the United States Coast Guard. We do hope that our budget is implemented very quickly. Every day that passes fails to advance our security mission, and we are, of course, working on our budget plans for the years beyond.
Thank you. I want to just mention that I'm totally in support of the questions raised by Congressman Swalwell as it related to anti-Semitism. I mean, New Jersey has had a very unique experience just a week ago where someone was threatening synagogues in the state of New Jersey. We have a large Jewish population, and we want all of our population to be safe. So to you and to Director Wray, we very much look forward to your diligence, your intelligence, and your proaction as well as reaction. Finally, I have exactly 1 minute and 34 seconds left. I'm wondering, Mr. Mayorkas, if you had any follow-up response to a former question or questions that you've been asked that you'd like to share here.
Congresswoman, thank you so much. You know, we maintain data with respect to the challenge at the border. That data informs our operational actions, and it's vitally important that that data be cited with precision and accuracy. We demand that of ourselves so that the operational decisions that we make are best tailored to address the challenges that we confront. I look forward to working in a bipartisan way with this committee to address the myriad of threats that we as a country face, and to really enhance the security of the American people in every regard.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I yield back.